Upon the Seven's victory and overtake of the Daily Bugle against the Imagined Order, Midas' classic ghost flag has been displayed in the dormant volcano, representing ownership and control over this point of interest. Hey, I'm Tedious, and this is yet again another video on the Fortnite storyline. If you'd like to be involved with my YouTube community, consider following me on Twitter or joining my Discord server, because if you want to, you can. All links are in the description below, alright? With ghosts uprising behind Midas' lead on the Chapter 3 island, it's important that we know all that has happened and what's to come with the whole ghost and shadow situation, starting all the way back at Chapter 2's humble origins, Chapter 2, Season 1. As the island reformed itself after the Seven sent it into a deep black supernova, a new chapter arose and along came Alter and Ego, the main factions of the season. For the main information on these factions, we know barely anything. The Imagined Order sent out Ego to scout the new island and retake control of Reality Zero, whilst Alter were agents that contrasted a dark element to what seemed to be the good side of Ego, but it wasn't all that simple. These two sides went through an ongoing war, where they realized that they didn't want to fight. It was the Order that was forcing them. That story progressed consistently throughout all characteristics, for everyone except 8-Ball. 8-Ball wanted more than just battle, rivalry, and casual living within the island. Over time, he even began to stop acting like himself, and his allies scanned through his assets to see if they were even conversing and communicating with the same person as before, and to their surprise, they were not. He had definitely changed, and whichever 8-Ball they were talking to began to become corrupted, so it seemed as though another broken version of him was created. We know that this happens when someone escapes the loop, so this highly suggests that 8-Ball did exactly that, leaving the loop, thus start creating another yet similar version of himself, and ended up living outside of the loop where his loop asset became corrupted and stayed with Ego. Chapter 2, Season 2. As objects and furniture within the Island house at Apollo's center turned to solid gold, Midas, a former Imagined Order employee, betrayed the IO along with Ego, and he took the faction under his own wing, changing their name to Ghost. The war against Alter was still remnant on the island, but throughout the whole season, it started to seem like Alter, which was now changed to Shadow, was working with Midas as well. Two factions in a war working together made no sense. Was it a setup? A retaliation? A distraction? It was all of those things, combined. With all of these aspects implemented, it was designed to be confusing. A huge and complex commotion of war to distract everyone from what Midas and his daughter were really working on, the device. The device was a top secret project built below Midas' main base, and it was utilized to turn against the corruptive and overpowering element of the storm, thus breaking the loop, disrupting the Imagined Order, and giving the golden espionage expert a bad name in IO's books. Chapter 2, Season 3. As a massive result of the device, the storm didn't calm down, it just enraged, causing an overhaul and downpour of water, as the war continued just on water. Midas still laid low for a while, until he was out for revenge in Season 4. If Midas couldn't beat the corruption, he'd later abuse it, turning himself into Shadow Midas. This seemed to be an undead version of the man resurrected by his loyal ghost agents, but Midas had never died. The fans of Fortnite slowly began to realize that this might not have even been Midas, but a mere snapshot or alternate reality version of the Golden Man. Midas' revenge was unsuccessful, and he was sent silent once more for a whole nother 3 seasons. As the last reality took a stand in the Imagined Order's reality, everything was looking dangerous, so the IO had to come up with something to stop the alien race. As the Imagined Order prepared their countermeasure attack on the last reality, Midas and Marigold were working on a plan which stayed very quiet, subtle, and unnoticed throughout the season, but it definitely had some impact as seen by keen-eyed viewers of the storyline. Nothing else happened with the Golden family in Chapter 2 until the island flipped and they were finally back in action. On the Chapter 3 Athena Island, a Midas restaurant was spotted on the coastal area that lay along the edge of the sanctuary. Through all of this speculation, with the return of Midas, many theorized on the fact that he was working with the Seven on a deeper plan that was seen as usual in Chapter 2, Season 7, what he worked on with Marigold was possibly a bigger deal. This now has been confirmed as Midas' ghost flag was placed into the Daily Bugle upon the Seven's victory and overtake situation of this popular Marvel location. So now we know everything that's happened with Ghost, Shadow, the Imagined Order's involvements, and even their past remnants of Alter and Ego. So now let's go into their implications for the future of the storyline and what Midas and Marigold could be working on for the future of our game. Not only would this hugely affect storyline, but also gameplay. Imagine the Chapter 2 Season 2 agents return as bosses, and they're spying on the command cavern, watching out for information for the Seven. I mean, we've literally seen it, it's evident, it's right here. We've seen that Sky's slippers and gaming setups and, board games are in the Imagined Order's bases. They are spying on them, they are getting some information, and I believe this could lead to some big plot holes, mysteries, and more stuff for us to solve. So I think that will be absolutely awesome. If you enjoyed this video and you're excited for the return of Midas, Shadow, and Ghost, leave a like on the video, subscribe, follow my Twitter, join my Discord, and do whatever you can to support this video as we're trying to grow to 2K by the end of the year. I'm sure we can do it, I just need a bit of your help. So everyone, hope you enjoyed this video, hope it informed you, hope you join my Discord, hope you want Midas to return. That is a lot of hopes, but I have a lot of hope for this. I guarantee you, he's coming back, we just gotta wait.